I don't understand it, but it sure makes a cold boy warm. I want you to listen to this. There's a message in this. Later, she came back in to check on him, and she said, "Son, are you hungry?" He said, "Just a little." Said, "I've not eaten in a couple of days, and I guess I could stand a little bit of food to eat." The lady took him in the kitchen, sat him down at the table to a wonderful spread of food. And he ate till he couldn't eat no more. Then he thought to himself, John 3:16. I sure don't understand it, but it sure makes a hungry boy full. She then takes him upstairs to the bathroom in a huge bathtub, and she fills it with warm water and lets him get in, and he soaks for a while. And as he's soaking, he thinks, John 3:16. I sure don't understand it, but it sure makes a dirty boy clean. You know, I've not had a bath in a real bath probably in my whole life, the boy said. The only other bath I ever had was when I stood in front of the big fire hydrant when they were flushing it out. The lady came back in and gave him some warm clothes to put on, and he got dressed, and she took him into a bedroom, to a big old feather bed, and she put him in bed, and she pulled the covers up around his neck, kissed him good night, and turned out the lights. And as he laid there, he looked out the window at the snow coming down on that cold night, and he thought to himself, John 3:16. I don't understand it, but it sure makes a tired boy rest. The next morning, the little woman came back up, and she got him, took him back downstairs to a full table of food. And after that he ate, she took him back to the same big split rocking chair there in front of the fireplace. And she reached up and she took the Bible and she sat down and she asked him, do you understand John 3:16? And he said, no, ma'am, I don't. The first time I ever heard it was last night when the policeman told me to use it. So she opened up the Bible to John 3:16, and she began to explain to him about Jesus. And right there in front of that big old fireplace, he gave his heart and life to Jesus. He sat there and thought, John 3:16. I don't understand it, but it sure makes a lost boy feel safe. You know, I have to confess, I don't understand it either, how God would be willing to send His Son to die for me, and how Jesus would agree to do such a thing. I don't understand it either, but it sure makes life worth living. And friend, those of you that's out there tonight, that's listening, that's watching, it doesn't matter how dirty you are. It doesn't matter where you've been or what you've done. Let me tell you, John 3:16 can turn your life around. It can change you, and it can make you into a man or woman that God can use for His glory. Just like this little boy, you say, well, that story may not be true. It may not. I don't know, but the principle is a good principle. It applies to every one of us. So as we get ready, we've got some needs called in. We want to encourage you call. We're going to go back over for a few songs, and then after a few songs, we're going to come back and we're going to pray. But think about that. Think about that John 3:16. The little boy said, I don't understand it, but it sure makes a lost boy feel safe. Do you need to feel safe tonight? You can feel safe, and you can be safe, and you can know that you're safe. You don't have to worry about that. But as we go over for a song, would you please call in with your needs?